It might be my last time playing the game too, honestly. Like, I feel like I'm getting so little out of it that I feel kind of like I'm playing a tech demo now. Like, it doesn't feel like there's a full game here. I feel like this is a demo for a fighting mechanic, but there's not much else going on around it because there's just, it's just so heavily weighted against you that you don't really get anything out of it other than like this little fighting mini game. Like, this definitely feels like this should be a component of a larger game. Like, there should be an open world element where I'm like wandering through these streets, like doing a Shenmue style, talking to people and collecting clues and, you know, doing that. And then like once I reach a certain point in the game where like I've collected some clues and, you know, I've talked to some people and there maybe have been some cinematics or some cutscenes or whatever that kind of push the narrative on. It's like, oh, you've got to go to the club to get this guy. And then I reach this point in the game where like, oh, now I'm in the club. Like, if this was that type of game, then I would continue playing it after this because I feel like there would be enough in here to keep pulling me through this bullshit. But there isn't. It is. Jesus, this is kind of loud. Holy shit. Hold on a second.
Stop!
Hold L2. What does that mean? Huh. Alright, well I guess that's my first entry into combat. I gotta say, you know, it's probably just something that's gonna take some getting used to. There's something with it. It's a little... I don't know, I can't quite put my finger on it just yet. It seems like it's a classic, it seems like a classic. You killed my master. I'm coming for revenge. I mean, I just ripped through all of these students here with reckless abandon. I mean, they got me. It was my first fight in this game, so obviously they landed their fair share of hits, but even still, there are just bodies all over the place. And they were all training here, too, so I get the sense this is a classic, you killed my master, I'm here for revenge sort of situation. Is this Stick? Is this Stick from fucking Daredevil? Alright, what am I supposed to be doing here? Looking around? I almost want to activate my Witcher senses, honestly. Like, let's see. Oh, shit! What is this? Oh, that's that focus view, huh? Like, it's almost like Witcher senses. Well, maybe he didn't kill my master. There's an old man down there who's whooping ass with me, so I guess my master's still around.
Who the hell is that? Get him now!
Why didn't you parry that? What the fuck? Oh, that's the dodge back. Okay, that's good to know. It's not the most intuitive placement. Maybe I will do some remapping. I want this is R2 right now, but I kind of want this to be like circle or something, like what I'm used to as my dodge playing Witcher. What is this? Can I pick shit up? Oh, I can kick it out of him. There's something very loosey-goosey about the combat. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the fact that, like... Maybe it's the fact that there's not a target lock. What the fuck is this?
Where is he? た。
Yang, of course.
Of course, Yang.
You've gotten slow, Sifu. You know why I'm here, don't you? Just step aside.
You were a mistake.
That's what your mom said about you to me last night.
I should never have taught you. Now you know too much.
That's what your mom said to me last night.
By returning here tonight, you've given me a second chance.
That's what your mom said.
This time, I will do what I must.
That's what your mom said to me last night. He always gets me with that shit. Getting sick of it.
Show yourself.
Boy, girl. Oh, man. Binary. I'll be a girl. Why not? He just can't bring himself to kill a child. But he can.
Father.
It's kind of old for her. Never mind. This is a real Shenmue intro. The botanist. Directional throw. Damn, that was quite a kick. The thing about me with fighting games and moves like this and shit is that, like, it's kind of intimidating to learn all the move list and then, like, learn how to use them. Got him on that one. Fuck is all of this? Structure. Okay, I guess this explains some of the mechanics of the death. It's important to know in this game, and important to know. Okay, my video hasn't frozen. After each death, the pendant increases its death counter. When rising, you age the same number of years. As the years increase, the pendant gradually loses its power, and the coins eventually break. Once there are no more coins remaining, you cannot rise again, and your death leads to a game over. Okay, so after each death, the pendant increases its death counter. When rising, you age the number of years. Okay. Structure represents your ability to defend yourself and fight. Structure is impacted each time you're hit. If you take too many hits, structure will eventually break, leaving you open to attacks for a short period of time. Deflecting, parrying attacks prevents you from having your structure broken. Avoiding attacks regenerate a small amount of structure. Why do they call it structure? That's weird. You can break an enemy structure by attacking or deflecting, parrying their attacks. Once their structure is broken, take them down. After a game over or give up, you can choose the level you want to start from among the ones you have unlocked. You'll start the level at the youngest age you were when you reached it. Skills and upgrades unlocked during previous runs will be lost, but all items and intel on the detective board as well as permanently unlocked skills will be retained. Okay, permanently unlocked skills. You gain XP by defeating enemies. XP allows you to buy skills for your current run. Once a skill has been bought, you can consolidate it. You can consolidate it to be unlocked across all your runs. Okay, sorry, that sentence was very weird for me. Special attacks. Guard break attacks deal a massive amount of structure damage. You should always try to avoid them. They are indicated by enemies' glowing limbs. Throws cannot be blocked or deflected. You can only avoid them. They are indicated by glowing... Okay. Punish, stun, daze. Some attacks can be punished by performing the right defense. Deflect or avoid. Deflect, the attack will be parried, leaving an opponent open to a counterattack or a throw. Avoid. Time slows down for the duration of the attack. Any hit on the enemy during this window will stun them. Stunned opponents cannot defend themselves, leaving them open to attacks or throws. Several stuns in a row can lead to a dazed state where opponents cannot defend themselves for several seconds. Okay.
Came to the wrong place, pal.
Doesn't seem like it, buddy.
You looking to score something?
I know these are the small fries, so I shouldn't get too cocky here.
Junkies. I don't think there'll be a problem.
Yeah, exactly. Damn, what the fuck? What happened there?
Want some more? No freaking way! Nerves get the better of you.
Drop your weapon.
Wasn't gonna let him regain his counter. Just beating the living shit out of these people.
Oh man!
Alright, I took an unlucky hit there at first, but I ended up fucking wiping these dudes. See, she didn't do it again! Again! There we go. Fuck. Damn it!
You must enjoy the taste of defeat. Not so tough after all.
What the fuck?
God damn it! Would you just die? She can't keep up.
Shit, they just cornered me on that one. Like, not having, I need to remap. I really need to remap, because not having dodge, like, having dodge not be one of my face buttons is a real problem.
She has a weapon.
See, I was trying to dodge there, but, like, having to use the trigger really goes out of my way.
Insane.
Let me see. Alright, let's see how this goes. Let's see how this goes. What the fuck is this? There we go.
I pity you.
There we go. Fuck yeah. Now I'm on it. Now I'm on it. That's fucking right. Let's fucking go. Fat boy. Fat boy time, huh? This could end poorly, but I'm willing to test out my new dodge mechanic. Wait, what the fuck does that mean? L1. What the fuck?
Get out of fight.
Take a target lock. That would make it a lot easier.
Too late to back
Oh
out.
shit. Damn it. I should have dodged that one. That was my fault. Oh god. I'm getting up there in years.
Down.
I started this journey as a 21-year-old, and now I'm fucking 40. Life comes at you fast, huh? Some 50-year-old woman is here to fuck shit up.
Holy shit! I pity you.
Jesus, man.
That's it. Get up.
So tough after all.
These cameras aren't helpful. Like, not having a target lock is fucking a killer. shit, get away! God damn it, I get stuck. It sucks, dude, because you get stuck on environments. And it's like, what are you supposed to do when you're like stuck up against a fucking table? Nope, that was it. Like, there was no way that was not gonna happen. It's just, I think a lot of this is just a function of getting used to the controls. I think switching my dodge actually did a lot for me.
They've blocked the entrance to the...
I don't get what this means. It says max age to unlock. What does max age to unlock mean? Because I'm only 20, and this thing says 60, but it looks like I can unlock it? Does that mean I can unlock it up until I'm 40? Because usually that terminology would mean that I can't lock it until I'm 40.
Hey,
You'll regret that.
shit.
Here's an idea. Why don't you use that bat with some fucking purpose? Fuck, man. Like, she has to hit people like 6 times to drop them, and they only gotta hit me like 3. I gotta fight this guy with a machete now? This is it, 77. Still fighting this fucking guy. Finally, fucking got him.
I have spent 8 long years preparing for this.
It's a little more than 8 at this point. Well, now what are you gonna do? You went in at 20 and you left at 77. That was the first fucking guy? You're done for. You have no hope. Your quest for vengeance has no hope. Look at your tree. You don't have any more fucking medallions on it. I can't unlock anything either because I'm too old. I'm too old to unlock anything. I mean, the game looks great. Visually, it looks pretty awesome.
Forget about it. If you're not on the list, you're not getting inside. Nerves get the better of you?
Damn it. Look at what it took you. Look at what it took you to drop this one guy. And you're really gonna walk in here, huh? There you go. There you go. Old lady walks into a club and then just fucking gets obliterated. Alright, well, does this reset me? No, I think it keeps me at 77. So, I'm just gonna be a 77-year-old woman rolling into this fucking club. And basically what this means is I have to play the rest of the game without dying once. Because of what it took to get through the first level, I basically have to play the rest of the game without dying a single solitary time. While also being, I guess, fragile, because I'm 77 years old. It won't let me fucking punch him in the face when he's on the ground. What's the point of the leg sweep then? Look at this! Look at this! Unbelievable! What am I supposed to do here? What am I supposed to do here?
What are you doing?
So everybody in here is just committed to fighting me? her health just tanks like nothing.
Can't keep up.
That's about as far as I can go in this game without just starting over completely. Is it gonna keep me at 77? I want to start over from the beginning. I need to. Like, I'm not gonna be able to get anywhere fucking at 77 years old. So, like, what are the options here? Do I just like delete this save and start a new game? That's kind of crappy. Because, like, there's really nothing I can do. It's not even like, there's no mechanic where I could even like, oh, alright, that's Sifu. Man, what a game. It's got issues, man. It's got some issues. Like, the controls aren't where you want them to be for a game that's as punishing with its rule set there. You know. If you want to have a game like that, it's kind of the same with Dark Souls. It's definitely a Dark Soul. It's one of those things, I hated it so much. Working at BioWare with Dark Souls was, I said that because every game pitch that I heard from around the studio was always, it's like Dark Souls meets X. Oh, it's Dark Souls plus this or Dark Souls plus that. It's just all about like a game whose difficulty is predicated on bad controls and like unfair situations. And it's like, okay, well, that doesn't really strike me as fun, to be perfectly honest with you. But I mean, clearly I'm in the minority on that one. Sifu kind of is like the same thing, only it can be fun. Like the martial arts component to it, you know, the way that combat works, there's a lot of elements there that's actually a lot of fun. But you know, it feels like I'm playing a pre-alpha version of the PS4 Spider-Man game. Like in that Spider-Man game, the controls were so tight that there was no point in that game where I felt like, even when I was surrounded by come on, just fucking install it. Even when I was surrounded by like mobs and shit, and even the annoying jetpack guys, like there was no point in that game where I felt like the controls were an impediment to my ability to get around like those tough situations where I'm fighting a giant mob of people. And that is not the case for Sifu. Like if more than two people are around you, then you're done for. And if any one of those people have a weapon, well, if one person has a weapon, you can just focus on them and take care of them. But like if two or more people have weapons, then you're doubly done for. So like I think that there's a lot to be done with refining the controls in that game. I think that changing my dodge to circle to match kind of how I play Witcher helped. It did help. I don't think I would have gotten as far as I did if dodge was still that trigger button. So like being able to dodge, it's not as useful as it is in the Witcher games, but it's very, very useful to be able to like, you know, get out of harm's way very quickly. I think it's a little for the type of game that it's trying to be. I think that it's maybe a little too unforgiving. I would have I don't know. I understand the concept. Some of the stuff I was reading about it beforehand was the criticism. The criticism of it is that it's a little bit too complex. And maybe that's the case. Maybe the reason why I'm having some issues is because I'm not playing it as a complex game. I'm playing it basically as a beat 'em up. And there's a lot of stuff that you can use your XP to unlock that I just wasn't unlocking. And you know, maybe if I did that, I was wondering to myself, what would this game be like? I like the soundtrack enough, but I was wondering, what would this game be like if it had Okinawa Rush's soundtrack? And I experimented with that a little bit. I played a little bit of Okinawa Rush's soundtrack while I was playing the game, and you know what? I kind of dig it. Maybe I'll do that again on this stream. All right, I'm 41. I'm 41 and hitting up the club. I got pretty far. So, like, and last I left off on the stream, I ended this at 77. So, like I said, I started playing a little bit yesterday. I redid the first level and managed to get out of it, quote unquote, only being 41 years old. So it gives me a little bit more breathing room to make it through the club, but I still have very little margin for error.
Forget about it. Nerves get the better of you?
Her health goes down so quickly.
Please don't hit me.
Where is Sean?
He's with the fighters for the burning. Only Sean's disciples have passes to get inside.
We'll see about that.
I don't want to mess up my weapon durability. Otherwise, I would have finished him. I don't know how much experience I have. Not enough for that one, I guess. Improve weapon damage and impact on opponent structure.
Not so tough after all.
Damn, are you kidding me? See, the thing, the bullshit about this game is that, like, it makes you focus on, like, both your structure, the structure bullshit, and it makes you focus on the structure to the detriment of your health. So, like, I'm looking at them, like, beating up on my structure bar without taking into consideration the fact that they're just, like, shedding, like, really shaving chunks of health off of me while they're punching me. So it's like, your structure doesn't really matter if they're gonna fucking wipe your health out.
She can't keep up.
See, her health's almost gone. Has nothing to do with my structure.
Any regrets now?
God damn it, I was dodging.
Get the better of you.
See, the other thing is, with all of these fucking people, I'm knocking down their health before I can fuck with their structure, which means that I'm not getting the opportunity to fucking regain any of my health back.
You! I really don't like your face.
Really? Come on, woman. How did you not fucking deal with these two? You had a bat and everything.
Put that down.
How did she reach me? Jesus, she sucks, dude. Like, how the fuck are you trying to get, like, a revenge thing going on?
Harder! Get him harder! No freaking way!
Damn. It's like, this game is impossible, dude. It's like, it's just not the core mechanic of the game. And I talked about this I talked about this in the last video I made over this game, and that is that there are plenty of games out there that do this sort of thing where it's like mob fights, where there's like 5 guys that surround you and all taking swings at you and shit. And like the most prominent game that I can think of that I think does it a little better is the Spider-Man game on the PlayStation 4. Because the controls are so tight and you're given such an ability to navigate a mob in such a way where, yeah, you could easily become overwhelmed, but you also have the ability to kind of manage the dance of fighting multiple people at once in a way that feels natural. It doesn't feel like you're OP or anything, but it makes you feel like, in those games, I felt like I was Spider-Man. I was like, holy shit, I'm fighting all these dudes at once, and like, it feels natural. Like, it's challenging, especially when those jetpack dudes show up. But like, the problem with this game is the controls aren't all there completely. Like, there's a lot of floatiness. You can't do a target lock, at least not that I found, which makes it really hard when you're auto-locking on like multiple people that are around you all at once. There's a little bit of some delay going on. But then there's also just the fact that she's weak as fuck, dude. It's like, and when I say she's weak as fuck, what I mean is that she's only a little bit weaker than your average opponent in this game. Like, you have to punch them a hell of a lot more than they have to punch you to shave off life. And there's more of them than you. So like, you constantly have to, like, you're gonna get hit. Like, there's no dodging that. You're gonna get hit. The mechanics in trying to avoid those hits aren't as well tuned as they are in some of these other games. I'm pretty sure people would also say Arkham Asylum is like that as well. I haven't played Arkham Asylum, so I don't really know. But like, it's that combination there, and also like the metric of when you get older, there are elements of your character's attributes that kind of change with age. So like, they're a little bit weaker, or like they can't absorb hits quite as well as they were when they were younger, and that sort of stuff. So it's like, as you get beat, you actually get worse. Like, the game gets harder, and it's like, well, what kind of mechanic is that? I'm not gonna say it's the opposite of the way that it should be for, like, you know, a good game design, but it's certainly counterintuitive to like trying to encourage people to continue playing the game. It's like, wait, so like, I have to play perfect. Like, there's no room for error. Like, I have to play this game perfectly. I have to master a fighting game mechanic, which, you know, personally, I've never been that great at mastering fighting game mechanics anyways, but I have to master a fighting game mechanic in such a way that I have to have zero fat on my playthrough. And then you have a situation where it's like, okay, so, you know, I gotta play perfect. The controls make it hard to do that. I'm playing with a character that's weak, and on top of that, I have a mechanic where if I do drop, you know, I get a little bit weaker every time I rise up, you know, and I'm fighting tons of people, and at the end of it, I fight a boss. At least the first boss had 2 different forms, and it was pretty tough to get through both of those forms. Like, and like, the reward that you get for it is minuscule at best. Like, there isn't really, like, you learn some different moves, and it's like, okay, like, I'm still just trying to figure out how to use the moves I know right now. So adding more moves on top of that doesn't really help me out right now. It's not like as big a reward as you might think it is. Again, the structure thing, it's really just kind of a distraction from your health. Like, you shouldn't pay attention to, I wish I could turn that UI element off. Like, if I didn't know about structure, it wouldn't change anything about how it actually, quite the opposite. If I didn't know about structure, it would change the way I play, because I would be more focused on my health and not the little yellow bar at the bottom, which is kind of meaningless. So there is that. Like, you know, that's a level, and I guess, you know, some of the reviews were talking about how this game is overly complex. I think that's probably one level where it's like, okay, you don't need 2 health bars to pay attention to. You can get rid of the structure and just pay attention to your health. The upgrades, well, one of the upgrades is a bigger structure bar, but again, structure is pointless, so there's no point in having it. The other upgrades, you know, they cost a lot of experience, so I really haven't had a chance to like really use them. I used the one where it removed your death penalty, and that's a pretty good one. But there's no way to like restore your medallions once they're destroyed. So honestly, it's like, you know, what good is it? What difference does it make if I'm gonna end up, you know, starting? I mean, you have 5 medallions to get you through, I guess, 5 different levels, maybe. And you could resurrect more than once per medallion. I don't know what the mechanic actually is. It doesn't explain it to you. And I didn't exactly get a manual when I bought this game, so I can't look it up there. But I'm guessing that each medallion can give you 10 years of life. So you can resurrect, you know, costing you 1 year, 2 year, 5 year per medallion. But then once you get, if you have like 5, let's just say you have 6 years off of one medallion, and you have a 6-year penalty. So it'll take 5 years off that first medallion, destroy it, and then take 1 year off your second medallion. And then you have an 8-year penalty, so it'll take 8 years off of that medallion. So now you only have 1 left on that. And then you get like another penalty, you have 9, so you have you take that 1 off of that medallion, and you take 8 off of the next medallion. So it just kind of snowballs, and there's no way to get your medallions back. You can lower your death penalty, which I guess it's harder to do than it sounds, because like I don't know what it takes to actually lower your penalty. Again, they don't really explain it to you, but you know, if you get an opportunity to lower your penalty, then that can kind of give you a little bit more longevity. But at the end of the day, it's you're bickering over peanuts. You're bickering over peanuts at a game that really is designed to like, and this is just one, and maybe my ranting is just the reason why I don't like Dark Souls style games. And I played this game way more than I played Dark Souls at this point. And that's just because, to credit to the developers, you know, the fighting mechanic is kind of fun. I do like playing it. But I don't like Dark Souls type games. I don't like, oh, we're going to break the controls so that the game's really difficult, and then we're going to put you up against these crazy odds so it's even more difficult, because the difficulty is the fun part, right? It's like, no, the difficulty isn't the fun part, for me at least. I don't give a shit about difficulty. Like, I am just as happy turning a game off than I am, you know, playing it if, you know, it's just going to be a pointless slog. Like, one thing this game has going against it is its completely banal story. Like, and I'm sure maybe there's some twist, some interesting twist to the "you killed my master, now I'm out for revenge." You know, they'll probably pull some kind of twist later on down the line, but, you know, who's gonna fucking get to it, and why care? You know, the reason why I became such a master, you know, at The Witcher, to the point where I beat it on Nightmare mode without dying once, and I'm beat all of the side quests, all the expansions and everything without dying once, was because I was strung along by the story and the quest and shit like that in the world. And I was like, this is so fascinating to me that I'm gonna play every morsel of this, you know. And I played it on Nightmare mode and got really good at it and shit. This game doesn't give me that. Like, there's not enough narrative. There's basically no narrative meat on it. It's just like Dark Souls. There's like basically no narrative meat on the bones here. So it's like, what is the draw? The draw, I mean, the fighting's kind of fun, but the difficulty isn't enough. Like, the difficulty doesn't do it for me. Like, I know you could make a game hard. I've worked in the game industry for 14 years. I've played debug builds of games where I've made the game super easy for myself and where I've made the game super hard for myself. I remember when Justin and I were testing The Shield, you know, we were so bored testing that game. We had days where we were like, okay, you're not allowed to kill anyone. You have to shoot the guns out of everybody's hands, you know, which, you know, Justin did. He played the game shooting the guns out of everybody's hands. Like, it's not hard to make a game hard for yourself if you want to play a hard game. Like, I'm way more interested in games that, like, you know, that are polished to a point where the difficulty doesn't feel like it's an artificial barrier. Like, difficulty should feel natural. It doesn't feel natural in this game. Like I said, like, several times now, I get the sense that this woman is just completely, and she's a woman because I chose girl. I guess if you're playing and you chose boy, it'd be a dude. But, you know, this character is completely unequipped to go on this revenge quest they're going on. Like, I don't know what the fuck they're thinking. Like, if you want to kill these masters or whatever these people are, just get a gun and wait outside their apartment. Like, what are you doing going into this club and fighting your way up like you're John Wick? Like, I get the sense that I could beat this I get the sense that I could beat this person in a fist fight.
Private party. Back off.
Come on, dude. Alright, Jesus. See, look, it was just one dude. It took all that for one guy. What are you doing? Go home. Go home. Just come to terms with your master's death and fucking do something else. You are not equipped for fucking... Or get a sword. Bring a sword to this shit.
Yeah? What do you want?
None of your business.
You're in. Put that down.
Okay. Fuck. Also, the cameras do not help, man. The cameras are awful in this game. And again, not being able to, like, target lock is a big problem. And why is she holding the bat like that? Like, you do realize that a bat gives you extended range. It's pretty pointless to, like, eliminate the range that a bat gives you just so you can look cool.
I pity you.
See, I made the mistake there of paying attention to my... Also, I think that your death penalty, I think it should reset to 0 after you clear a stage. Like, keeping that shit around is just like... Again, it's just pointless. It's pointless arbitrary difficulty. It doesn't make sense that it does that. It doesn't make any sense that, like if my health resets... Well, I don't want to give him... Oh, shit. I don't want to give him any ideas for any other kind of future project. I guess I could also use my experience to unlock things if I had enough experience, but, like... It's like, who cares about these moves, honestly? It's like, I have a hard enough time performing, like, a basic leg sweep when I do. Like, I don't have pull arms often enough to make use of that. I don't have focus often enough to make use of that. Although, I did unlock that at one point. Oh, that's right. That's another thing that fucking... So you can unlock it temporarily. It'll cost you 500 XP. But it costs you 2,500 XP to unlock it permanently. And it's like, what sense does that make? If I learn how to do it, why wouldn't I just remember how to do it? Like, well, does she have amnesia or something after she clears a stage? Like, I spent the XP to unlock it. Why are you stealing XP from me? Like, just either unlock it or don't unlock it, alright? Like, don't do this weird, oh, you can unlock it here. Like, 2,500 XP to permanently unlock this thing is fucking insane. Like, you're not gonna be able to permanently unlock anything. And we're talking, like, this is just one. Like, you've got all of this other shit that you can unlock too. And some of it is way more than 2,500. So, like, the only way you can ever get to a point to, like, permanently unlock some of this shit is, like, if you beat the game, basically. Like, you have to get that much experience. And, like, I would say who's good. I'm sure there are fucking people who are already doing speed runs of this game, honestly. But, you know, it's just like, why add all these barriers? I get that you want to be cool and make, like, a difficulty as a genre type game, but you've already made a game that's kind of fun to play. Like, just focus on making this part cool and not, like, just pointlessly frustrating. Look at how weak she is, dude. And maybe a part of that is the fact that I'm fucking 54 years old now. I do like that component. Like that's an interesting mechanic, and it's kind of cool, and I like how it's visually represented too. Spending anything on structure is pointless. Can I get a weapon from somewhere over here? Is there a bat? Again, like, if she wanted to go on this fucking crazy-ass revenge quest, why didn't she grab, like, you know, let me go this way. I don't know what's on this side. I haven't been on this side.
I need the access card.
Ah, well, there you go. Why didn't she bring, like, a sword or something? Maybe, okay, I get it. You're fucking kung fu. I'm not gonna call you a kung fu master. You barely seem proficient, but you're a kung fu student. You're trying to revenge your Sifu's untimely death. I get it. So a gun is dishonorable or whatever, but come on, man. At least bring a sword or something. Something durable.
The fuck is this mess?
All right then.
What the fuck? And what happens here? Like, I don't get this shit. Like, they somehow end up breaking your shit, and then they, like, go fucking Super Saiyan. And it's like, what's the point of this? Like, oh yeah, you can't do your focus thing until, like, they're right up on you. Alright, well that at least brought that down a little bit. I haven't been in here either, so I guess I can't open that. You know what? Well, thanks for the assist on that one.
Nerves get the better of you? Any regret?
She can't keep up. Insane.
Guess I can't ask her any questions.
You think this was a picture?
Not so tough.
She also, like, when she successfully parries someone and she has, like, a window to attack, she never attacks quickly enough.
All right. You made your point.
The two giants over there. What's behind their door?
Tonight's fights and the burning event.
Excellent.
Damn it.
Forget about it. If you're not on the list, you're not
Private party. Back up!
Not so tough after all.
Look at how much health I lost just from that little exchange.
Yeah? What do you want?
Be careful! She's got him! Can't keep up!
Like, why is she, like, she has a fucking bat and she's using it as a short-range weapon. Dude, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, you're having such a fucking hard time when you shouldn't.
Want some more? Breath now. All right, let's
Enjoy the taste of defeat.
Great, now this guy's got a fucking Super Saiyan. Like, what is this?
stay down, damn it!
God, she's so fucking weak, dude.
No freaking way!
Like, how long did it take me to fucking beat the shit out of those two? I wish the camera wasn't. I can't tell if she has it in her hand or not. It wasn't who I was aiming it for, but whatever. That's another problem with not having having a target lock.
Drop your weapon!
Any regrets now?
That's it, get up!
And it's always the same. Like, I can only ever fucking. I can only ever fucking get health back, like, after I've already revived. See, to my knowledge, I don't have any fucking... To my knowledge, I don't have any fucking attacks that fucking break through people's blocks. It might be my last time playing the game too, honestly. Like, I feel like I'm getting so little out of it that I feel kind of like I'm playing a tech demo now. Like, it doesn't feel like there's a full game here. I feel like this is a demo for a fighting mechanic, but there's not much else going on around it because there's just... It's just so heavily weighted against you that you don't really get anything out of it other than like this little fighting mini game. Like this definitely feels like this should be a component of a larger game. Like there should be an open world element where I'm like wandering through these streets, like doing a Shenmue style, talking to people and collecting clues and, you know, doing that. And then like once I reach a certain point in the game where like I've collected some clues and, you know, I've talked to some people and there maybe have been some cinematics or some cutscenes or whatever that kind of push the narrative on. It's like, oh, you've got to go to the club to get this guy. And then I reach this point in the game where like, oh, now I'm in the club. Like if this was that type of game, then I would continue playing it after this because I feel like there would be enough in here to keep pulling me through this bullshit. But there isn't. It is... Jesus, this is kind of loud. It isn't. Like, there isn't that component. So this just kind of feels like an exercise in futility, honestly. Like...
Yeah? What do you want? Come on. Put that down! Any regrets now?
Like, how is he blocking my bat with his shin? Or with his elbow? Like, is that a thing? Can you block someone's baseball bat with your elbow and, like, have no problems doing it? Look, she hit me 3 times and look at my health. Like, I literally have to eviscerate these people with a baseball bat to do that kind of damage. And then my bat broke, so now I'm fucking shit out of luck. Oh, really? Come the fuck on. I'm just like trading blows with these people, and it's like... I'm just trying to disengage from the Super Saiyan over there.
Drop your weapon! I pity you!
It's bullshit that they end a combo with an unblockable move. It's like, what is this?
Round 2. She can't keep up.
What? He just fucking... My punches didn't even fucking stop him from kicking me. Jesus Christ. And then, like, the idea that you would have your upgrades, like, blocked by your age is supreme bullshit. This game, that's the problem. This game has just too much bullshit in it. Like, there's almost a fun game there. There's, like, a fun game hiding under a mountain of just, like, bullshit that really doesn't ultimately make it worth it. It's like, what are we doing here? Like, why does this game have to be this fucking obtuse? Also, there are no, like, stealth takedowns, which is real bullshit. Like, you should at least be able to do a stealth takedown. That's the very least. Like, it makes no sense that you can't. And now I'm just gotta deal with all these fucking people. Like, how does my health... I had full health when I walked up these stairs, and they only hit me a couple of times, and it's already half gone? Oh, come on!
I pity you.
I just couldn't get away from him. Like, she really sucks. She honestly gets beaten by every fucking scrub in this game. If it wasn't for that little medallion thing, she would be fucking cooked a long time ago. I wonder if it's because I chose the girl. Because I'm noticing that, like...
She's got a weapon.
Jesus Christ, really? Look at these guys. I've beaten the shit out of them at this point. I know there's a way to block it, but I can't remember how. It honestly doesn't matter. Because, like, even if I make it out of this, because there's, like... How's my health that low already? I just resurrected. Like, even if there is a way for me to get past the rest of this stage, I'm already 70 years old. Like, I don't have a...
Too late to back out now. Oh man!
Come on, are you kidding me? Yeah, I'm not gonna be trying again. Don't think I'll be returning to it. There's just no point. Like, there's no point. Like, the game is so horribly imbalanced that it's just not gonna happen. Like, getting past... I could probably get past that stage, but because my age doesn't reset, or there's no way to take any of my age off, I'm gonna be starting the next one 70 years old. It's like, oh. It's like, what's the point then? I'm just not gonna be able to beat it. There's just, I mean, you're gonna have to... The only hope you have of beating that game is at least by getting through the first 4, only dying like twice. Or I don't know what the mechanic is that allows you to, like, take off the penalty. Like, sometimes you'd beat a guy and the death penalty would decrease. I don't know what you do to do that. I don't know what you do to get that to happen. So, like, it's kind of like they've done such a good job of making the game so impossible to, like, grind through. And it is a grind. Like, you're doing the same shit over and over and over again, with the hope of getting, I guess, I don't even know what you're trying to build towards. I guess learning new moves or whatever, but shit, I don't know. It's just not... There's a reason why I don't like difficulty as a genre games. And Dark Souls, to their credit, has a little bit more depth than this game does, as far as, like, being able to obtain items and being able to obtain different armor and weapons and, you know, having a skill tree that is more than just, like... The problem with this game's skill tree is that it still requires you to Like, you can unlock something new to have to learn how to do well, right? It's not like, oh, you gained enough experience, so now your punches are a little stronger. No, it's like, oh, you gained enough experience, so now you've earned the privilege of trying to master this difficult move in an impossible situation while 7 guys are surrounding you. It's like, well, what fucking reward is that? It doesn't mean anything. It doesn't really mean anything. Like, again, in a larger game, maybe that would make some sense because it would give me more stuff to do, like Shenmue. In Shenmue, you can run around and, talk to people, play arcade games. You have little investigations you're doing here and there. And you could also go to, like, the dojo, or you could go to that parking lot or whatever. You could try your moves out there. You can learn your moves there, and then there are those elements in the game where you get into a big gang fight and you figure it out there. And Shenmue was kind of hard at times too, but there was so much more going on around the game that, I felt like, okay, I got a new scroll, there's a new move I have to learn. Okay, I'll learn that, in between doing this X, Y, and Z. With this game, it's just that. It's just like, this game is like if Shenmue's fighting game or fighting mechanic was a game entirely of itself. And it's like, okay, well, I guess it can be kind of fun at times if that's all you're doing, but it's asking you to progress through like this incredible series of levels with all of these guys who are all stronger than you, really. Like, they can punch you twice and half your health is gone. Meanwhile, you're just wailing on them and their health barely goes anywhere. And, at the end of the day, it's like, what am I doing? Why am I doing this? Like, I'm not compelled by the story. I don't care about this dude Sifu. Like, there's nothing really, there's no cool character that's kind of luring me in to like some greater narrative. Like, I don't really care about any of this shit. Like, it's just, frustrating, right? That's all it is. It's just a frustration mechanic. And, I don't think those games are fun. Like, it's real dominatrix shit. Like, there's like an element of like, dominatrix, like BDSM in game design, where it's like the whole idea is that we're gonna turn our players into pay pigs, where they're just gonna pay us money, and then like we're gonna spit on them, and we're gonna put like a cigarette butt out on their nipple or something weird like that. And it's like, I'm sure there are people that are into that, and that's fine. Kudos to them. I'd rather enjoy a game. I'd rather feel like, for the money I gave you for the product, that I'm getting a little bit more out of it than just, some BDSM experience. I guess, and the reason why I'm so much more frustrated with Sifu than I am with other difficulty as a genre type games, and I've played several, and usually they just result in me being like, alright, whatever, it's not for me. But the reason why I'm more frustrated at this game is because I could tell that there is something good hiding in this game. Like, I want it to be better than it is, and I can't ever get there. And then I come to the realization that there's no there to get to. Like, this is the game. The game is all about just pissing you off, And it's like, well, is it pissing me off for a reason? Like, is there a purpose that's pissing me off? Is there something that I'm trying to get to afterwards that's gonna make it feel worthwhile? And the answer is no. It's just pissing you off for no reason. And I realized this after I beat the first level. So I finally got to a point where, I wasn't 70 by the time I beat that the botanist. And you get him, and the finisher comes up, and she puts his machete to his neck. She's like, I've waited a long time for this. And then like she fucking takes him. And that's it. That's all of it. And then you're back at your fucking mansion or your dojo or whatever. And it's on to the next thing. And it's like, really? You're not going to give me anything for all of that? You're not going to give me, gameplay wise, you're not going to give me any kind of like XP bonus, or, oh, you've gained in strength a little, or we're going to reset your death penalties to 0, or we're going to take a little bit of age off of you, or, there's nothing. You get absolutely nothing. And like, experience wise, it's like, you're not going to get a little cutscene. You're not going to get where she goes back to the dojo and maybe a little bit more story. Like, there's a flashback with her and Sifu having a moment, or you're not going to get a cutscene where, like, this cartel or whatever it is are wise to your revenge plot now, or you're not going to get anything. Like, it gives you absolutely nothing. And then it puts you on the next track where you still have your death penalty, you're still fucking old or whatever, you're still weak as shit, and now you've got even stronger people around you beating the shit out of you. And like you're expected to continue to progress despite the fact that, you know, your age is gonna fucking catch up with you. So it's like, why would I do this? Why would I do this? It gives me nothing for the grief that it's causing me, other than the fact that it kind of hints that a better game might be there when it's really not. And that's really the most frustrating part about it. It's like the better game isn't there. It hints that it's there. It makes you think that it's there, but it's not there. And, you know, just coming to terms with that, it's like, fuck, I just wasted my money. I really wish this was and that's the thing, like $40. I spent $40 on this shit. Like, this game is a demo. I mean, it really is a demo. It's a well put together demo, but it's a demo nonetheless. You know, and if I had downloaded this as a demo, then my opinion of it would be, hey, you know what? It's kind of cool. The fighting's kind of cool. The mechanics are outlandishly, like, obscenely difficult for no real reason at all. Like, I understand a game that's difficult. Like, I can side with difficult games if there is a valid reason for the game to be difficult. If a game is difficult just because, like, the developer is very arbitrarily threw a mess of systems at you, that's what I can't abide by. I cannot do that. And this game is difficult because the developers, in addition to not tuning the controls well enough, probably by design, they probably think the controls work exactly as they should. Of course, you know, that's part of the difficulty of it, breaking the controllers, and, you know, the game's gonna be a little harder for you. But they also just throw a mess of systems at you that just makes you be like, okay, I'm incredibly frustrated by this. But if this was a demo and I knew that there was more to it than just, you know, because it seems like it's a combat demo. Like, this is the combat demo for Sifu. We're going to show off what the combat system looks like in this open world RPG. And then you play it and you go through the fucking club, or you go through the stacks or whatever it was. And it's like, oh, okay, well, I see what the combat in this looks like. That's kind of cool. The graphics are cool. You know, the city looks awesome in a little background. If it's open world and I can run to that building that's way off in the horizon and talk to people and do investigative shit and maybe have a mini game here or there, it seems like it could be really cool. Like, it could be an awesome game. Like, I wish that they got rid of some of this weird convoluted system stuff, like the fucking little yellow bar. What's it called? I forget what they call it. Get rid of that thing. Maybe give you a chance or a less obtuse way to reduce the death penalty, or some way to reset your age or something. Like there's like a magic element in the game already. You know, the dude was growing plants with his hands, magically growing them with like some kind of, you know, spirit energy or whatever. You know, she's resurrecting from the dead ostensibly after each time she gets dropped. So there's already a magic element in the game. So just make it to be like, okay, you know, congratulations, you got to the boss. When you kill the boss or whatever, you know, it sucks their essence into your medallion, and, you know, maybe it shaves a set percentage of age off of you. Like, maybe it shaves off 5 years, and or it adds 5 years to your thing. And, you know, if 5 resets a medallion, then a medallion grows back on your chain or something. You know, you can have something like that where it's like, okay, there's a little bit like the relationship between the player and the game, and it should always be this way, in my opinion. Like, the relationship between the player and the game should always be a little give and take. You know, you never want it to be too one-sided. If it's all give, then the game is boring, right? It's like, you know, you're overpowered, it keeps giving you power-ups, like the enemies are weak, and there's all these shortcuts and fast travel and all this other sort of stuff, and it's like, okay, well, what's the point of playing the game if it's just going to be, you know, super easy to just slog through? And you never want it to be all take for the opposite reason. It's like, well, what's the point of me playing the game if, like, clearly the developers don't want me to play the game, otherwise they probably would have made it a little bit more accessible for me to progress through it, you know? So I'm just not going to play the game. You know, this game is way more take than it is give. I'm not really sure what the give is, to be honest. Like, I guess if you like kung fu movies and shit, then the idea of a kung fu movie like story and like some of the cool finisher cinematics is kind of cool. I don't know if I would call that a give. That's really just kind of the aesthetic of the game. What is this game's give? What does this game give you? I mean, even some of the martial arts moves that you can unlock, you really only unlock them temporarily. So even the slight small gifts that it gives you, where it's like, oh, you earned enough XP to unlock a move, or to unlock this or that, you gained a little bit of extra health whenever you perform a finisher, or you whatever kind of give that the game gives you, it instantly takes it away from you because none of them are permanent unlocks. So it's like, you may as well not call it an unlock, call it a borrow. You're borrowing this for a second. You can unlock it permanently, but it requires amassing so much XP that, you know, it's not going to be worth it at the end of the day, because you're going to be like, I finally have 25,000 XP to permanently unlock that one ability, but I'm 60 years old and still have 3 levels to get through. So, and like, the ultimate slap in the face is if you go back, you lose all your progress. It's like, well, fucking, what is the point of that then? Like, I would have been able to give this game a lot, maybe not a lot, a little bit more slack, a little bit more leeway if you kept your progression, your character build and stuff, when you reset back to the beginning. Some of it, at least. I guess maybe you do with the permanent unlocks. Maybe if you permanently unlock something and then you go back to the beginning, maybe that's what permanent unlock means. So I guess that's a give. You know, it's a very stingy give, but it's a give. I haven't experienced it yet. I mean, again, you have to get to a certain strata in this game in order to get the one very slight give that this game gives you, which in my opinion just doesn't make it enough to like warrant the headache, honestly. I mean, the fighting mechanic is cool, but that's just not going to be enough for me. End of the day, I think it's a neat idea, but I think that the horny zeal, and that's what it is, and I understand it very well. During my years in the game industries, when Demon Souls and Dark Souls was ascendant, nearly every designer I talked to was pitching it's like Dark Souls, but, you know, kind of, you know, component to their game ideas. Everything wanted to be like Dark Souls. Like, oh, it's just gonna be so fucking hard. We're gonna make this game so fucking unbelievably goddamn hard. People are gonna be commit suicide playing this game. We're gonna make this game so hard. They're gonna go into debt. They're gonna be wanting to go to a debtor's prison just to get away from this game. We're gonna make this game so unbelievably hard that God himself is going to cry about it on a forum. Like, that was the contingent amongst developers and designers, you know, when Dark Souls and Dark Souls 2 launched. And, you know, a lot of people, you know, like that shit. And a lot of people put those games out too, like, you know, Titan Souls and shit. But I definitely get the vibe that that's what these people were birthing from. Like, what if we made a Dark Souls-like Kung Fu game? Like a fighting game component, but really like Dark Souls, where it's just so hard. It's just so impossibly hard to play. Like, what if we made a game that really made people regret giving us any money for it? Yeah, I mean, I understand why people are like, this game is unique and whatnot. Like I said, I do, like this one mentions it, it's a unique aging mechanic. I think it is unique and top tier combat. The combat system's good, but again, it's just that it's so wildly imbalanced that it makes it's not good enough to overcome the imbalance of it. So yeah, 9 out of 10. I understand where someone would come from giving this game a 9 out of 10. I wouldn't. Like, I'm not sure what I would rate this game, to be honest. I mean, it barely registers as a game to me. That's part of the problem. Like I said, like there's not enough there. Open critic, I haven't heard of this. There's not enough there for me to view this as like a full-on game. It definitely has tech demo vibes for me. And And I guess as a tech demo, it's cool. Like if you can download it for if you can download it for free, then you can have some fun with it. You know, you'll get angry, but you'll have some fun with it. But as far as like a $40 purchase, I'll tell you what, it would be a $40 purchase if all things being equal, and this game being what it is. If it had a co-op mode, it would be a $40 purchase. I could see myself having fun playing this game with somebody else, you know, where it's like two people, you know, trying to battle the kung fu underworld, and you know, it would make it a little more manageable. But you know, I could see, you know, being frustrated with someone else is also like, to me it's more fun getting frustrated with someone else than it is just sitting here getting frustrated by myself. Like, what good is this? Like, this massive rant I've been going on, what good is this for my health? It's no good. Like, I could be doing anything else at 12:30 in the morning, you know, than just being angry about this fucking game. Like, this isn't any good. This doesn't do me any good. Anyway, so that's, yeah, I guess long and short of it, that's how I feel about Sifu. I'm probably not going to be playing it. Like, I don't just like thinking about, am I going to play it again? Why would I? Like, I'm not going to do any better, and I'm getting bored with it. Like, I've gone through the club like at least 6 times now, maybe 7. I'm bored of it. It's not a long level. I think I got to the boss. It's not a terribly long level, but I guess that's a part of the redundancy of it. It's just like, God, I'm just looking at the same shit over and over again, fighting the same guys over and over again. And it's not like there are multiple paths. Like, you can't like, okay, now I'm gonna go this way. That's why I was trying to get to those other doors. And I guess you can unlock them as shortcuts. But like, if there were other pathways where it was like, I'm exploring the level. Oh, now I'm going this way. Oh, that's interesting. If I go this way, then this happens. If I go this way, then this happens. Then I'd be like, okay, there aren't cutscenes like in the game really, where it's like, I mean, they're like character introductions where like, oh, now you gotta fight this guy, and they jump off like a little thing and you fight them. But like, there isn't like anything that actually unfolds a story. There's no story there, so like, that's not a reason for me to go back and play through it. There aren't really like. It would be cool if like there were more interactive environment elements, not like, oh, you broke a box and now you can use a stick. No, but like, you know, just for instance, if you were in a kitchen and like you could like slam someone's head in a deep fryer or whatever, or you're on the dance floor and like you pull on a thing and like one of the lights falls down and like nails somebody. You can set up environmental traps and shit like that. Like, okay, that would give me a little bit more to kind of play around with. You know, it just doesn't give you anything. It's a small level, it's the same enemies, it's the same routine, it's the same this, the same that, and you're doing it over and over and over and over again, and it gives you absolutely nothing for your time or your frustration. So for that reason, I'm not going to be going back to Sifu. Good luck on your endeavor if you decide to play this game. You're probably, I mean, and that's the thing, like, this game is really, who is Sifu for? Sifu is for fighting game fanatics. People who do frame counting and shit and at Tekken tournaments and all of that. If you're that kind of a gamer, then Sifu is literally right up your alley. Well, it's the marriage of the frame counting Tekken nerds and people that like get hard-ons for Dark Souls style games. It is the perfect marriage of that, you know, and it has just as much depth in its story and in its encompassing of gameplay as, you know, a fighting game would. none of that, and Dark Souls is pretty surface with, you know, its world building and whatnot too, although it does have some cool world building in it. It's still more so than this game. So if all you really want is like a fighting game that plays a little bit like, Burning Fight or Fatal Fury or Die Hard Arcade, even though Die Hard Arcade probably has a little bit more to it than this one. Like, if you want like a game like that, then this game is for you. That is the perfect summation of who this game is for. Like, Dark Souls loving, frame counting Tekken nerds who want a Burning Fight / Fatal Fury type game. Burning Fight. I haven't thought about that game in a long time. Why was that the first one that came to mind? For the longest time, I forgot the name of the game. I mean, I literally forgot the name of this game. And I remember asking people, like, do you remember that Neo Geo arcade game? It was a fighting game. And people would keep saying Fatal Fury, but I was like, no, it wasn't Fatal Fury. It was something else. And it was this game, Burning Fight. I remember playing this game a lot at the USO on the Air Force base I grew up on. Oh man, the 90s. Look at that dude's abs through his tank top. Why is that other guy? They're barely doing anything. Like, these guys are in a mall throwing sticks of dynamite. Duke Edwards. Oh my word, Burning Fight. Look at that suit. Look at these. Oh jeez, he's got the torn jeans, the tank top. He's got that 90s suit. What kind of tease is this? This is so weird. This is what they use to like tease the game. Billy King. Oh man. The whitest of white guy names. Duke Billy. Oh wait, what's going on here? Is this guy actually gonna play it? Duke Billy and Ryu. Nice choice. This game was fun if I recall. I liked playing it at least, but then again I was a kid. Oh man, this is giving me so many memories. I want to order some USO French fries, play this and Samurai Showdown, and then go off base to the comic book store. Out Gate 2. Well, the USO was right next to Gate 2. I had a dream the other night that I was back on Okinawa. I can't remember much more of it. Oh, look at that open air mall. Yeah, basically, if you like this plus Tekken, then you'd like Sifu. Just extract any modicum of story or depth from it. Hey guys, thanks for watching this video. If you liked what I said, what Justin said, if you like the content we're providing, if you had any kind of laughs at all, even if you hate us, if you hate my guts, if you want to stab me, if you want to say all sorts of horrible things to me, cool. Like the video, subscribe. You'll get fed all sorts of shit you'll probably hate. And if you like us, you'll get fed all sorts of shit you probably like. So, please and thank you.